Greetings. Today I come to you with a review of Louis from Guerlain. I, like my previous review of Ganymede, blind bought Louis, mainly because it was kind of difficult for me to find a sample of this, but I started to see again reviews and people discussing this scent from people whose nose I trust once again. And it's important, especially if you have to blind buy, to try and get the right opinions from people whose tastes are pretty similar to yours and also whose noses you trust. Guerlain LUI. I actually really did not know what to expect with this one. You know, you look at the note breakdown for this, the official note breakdown, and basically it's built around benzoin, carnation, balsams, and leather, according to Parfumeau. If you go and look at Fragrantica, there's a bunch more notes listed there. But to be honest, this on my skin and to my nose is quite a minimalist scent. And what I mean by that is I don't actually pick up a lot of different notes in this, but boy, is this blended almost to perfection. Well, I mean, I don't want to say perfection because, you know, that's a high standard to set. I will spray this on and talk about what I smell. Now, the first thing I want to talk about really is this atomizer. It's one of those really fine mist atomizers. And I find that when you have bottles like this, or with atomizers like that, you can have a different experience when the scent is on your skin. Because I find that one of the interesting things that I've found with Louis is that if you spray more on a concentrated area of your skin, you pick up some subtle differences. Before I get into that though, 2017 release, perfumers, there's co-perfumers for this, Guerlain's House Perfumer Thierry Wasser, and along with Delphine Jelk, who is also credited with, among other things, Le Petit Robe Noire and Guerlain L'Homme Idéal, the original. I think it's a really nice looking bottle, reminiscent of Shiseido's Nombre Noir. Opaque. I can't really see what the juice level is through this, but anyway, let's get onto it. Spray it on, and my notes when I'm looking at them is this fragrance, when you immediately smell, it's almost like there's no top notes. I know it's a very strange thing to say. Yes, there is a scent as soon as you smell it, but it's kind of almost has this effect of disappearing for a few moments when it hits your skin or my skin. So I don't know what it's like for everybody else, but you almost have to wait a couple of minutes before you can smell anything. But then let me just describe it this way. You spray this on and it's like there's a barrier between your skin and where the scent is sitting. It smells differently the closer you get to your skin, moving your skin to your nose. It's almost like sitting on a little cloud pillow before you can smell anything. But as soon as you do smell it, it's this gorgeous, creamy carnation note that has clove facets coming out. And you know, clove, it can either be too much, it can be too much if there is a lot of it, and some people don't like it, but here I smell it as part of the carnation. It gives it some definition, because the rest of it is actually quite a soft, creamy kind of floral note. And the thing that I smell more, if I do another spray in the same spot, the weird thing that happens to me on my skin is I pick up a lot more of this leather note. It's like this very kind of clean, soft, supple leather note. But it depends on how much you spray on the one spot for me, which kind of makes this scent really intriguing, because although it's essentially a very simple fragrance to me that smells wonderful, you pick up things like that pop out of nowhere. Suddenly you move around and you get a waft of this gorgeous carnation, or a little tiny bit of spice, or that leather, depending on how you've sprayed. But essentially, once you get to the dry down, you are left with a wonderful benzoin note accord. But benzoin, to me, for those of you who don't know what it smells like in isolation, it's pretty similar to vanilla. I find it's not as kind of rich and wet and boozy as vanilla can be. Benzoin is a little bit drier, and here, even though this note is not listed officially, I can pick up quite a bit of orris blended in with the benzoin, which gives it this nice woody dryness, and almost like a velvety texture in the dry down, in the deep dry down. And it's not, even though it's called Louis, it's definitely not a full-on, well, you certainly couldn't describe it as a masculine scent. It is a unisex, definitely, probably, maybe leaning, it can lean a touch feminine for some guys who might not appreciate it, but I really appreciate how wonderfully minimalist and lush and beautifully blended this fragrance is. And it has kind of a complex characteristic about it, even though there's only a few notes working at the same time. It's the way it sits on your skin, the way the sillage follows you. It's not groundbreaking, and I certainly would not have bought this bottle at the original prices that it was released at. So if you can find this discounted, and I am seeing more bottles discounted, and I think they only come in 50ml as well, then consider it, please. But it came out and it was pretty expensive, and I probably would not have bought it at that price for essentially what it is. What else do I have to add to it? Performance, about 6 to 7 hours longevity on my skin. Soft projection, but there is a sillage with this scent. Like, I smell it when I move around. It's not a scent that you feel like you're wearing. It's a scent almost that kind of shadows you, if that makes any sense. That's really kind of all I have to say about Guerlain LUI. Apologies for any background noise that you heard there, and I hope you found that informative, but definitely a successful blind buy for me. I'll see you later.